Welcome back, Wargamers. We are back with another edition of Budget Wargamer, and today we're going to talk about some news from Games Workshop. Yes, away from the FFG and the Star Wars Legion videos. Thanks for those who have been hanging in there with me hobbying on something other than Games Workshop, but from time to time we got to dip back into the news and get back to the good old grandfather of hobby here, Games Workshop itself. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. That way you can get more videos like these when I drop them throughout the week. If you hit the bell next to it, you'll get notifications when I make new videos, so that way you can be one of the first to come into my videos. So, another thing I'd like for you guys to do, I know a lot of you have been watching my videos, I hope a lot of you have liked my videos. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. Don't act like it cost you money. You're doing me a favor, and what you're actually doing is telling YouTube that you like this video, and the algorithm will pick that up and decide that other people just like yourselves may also like this video and start recommending me to other people so that I could help grow this channel. And I really appreciate you guys being faithful and helping out with that. So let's dive in and take a look at what some of the news is that I wanted to cover. And some of you guys have definitely heard about the new Warhammer Cafe, which was rebranded the Warhammer Citadel based on a poll from Games Workshop, which is a store and cafe. So I'd be interested to find out what type of cliche named sandwiches and baked goods and coffee they offer to their customers. But I have actually seen a lot of hobby stores go down the route of offering not only beverages but snacks. Some of them even bust out the hot dog rollers, the microwave, bust out some Hot Pockets, some frozen food and things like that. But I have not seen one yet bust out a full-service barista, of which I would hope, using the word cafe, they're implying that they'll have a Starbucks-style barista, but maybe they'll have some incinerated ashes of the unclean that they will use to brew some really dark roasted coffee. So if you're looking at going to this, it's only going to open in North America, which is quite interesting because the Brits already have their nice Warhammer World, which is probably the go-to place anywhere on the globe for anything related to Warhammer. And I just realized in my hesitation that, yes, I was talking about a globe and not a flat earth. So debate amongst yourselves on what you think is true. But you know what? I think the Emperor's decided that the world is round, Terra is a round planet, and all the others are very similar to it. So two big announcements of it. Not only are they announcing the grand opening of the Warhammer Citadel and the events surrounding the grand opening in and of itself, there's actually going to be an expo. So there's going to be a free expo for Warhammer that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. A little bit of controversy surrounding that expo because of who it's intended for and raising the bar about whether there will be more events like it for everybody in the future. So the store grand opening is going to take place June 9th and June 10th of 2018, of course. And that's going to bring a lot of festivities. It's going to bring out the exclusive store opening Space Marine Captain. This is a Terminator Captain, not a Primaris Captain. So for those of you that don't like the Primaris Marines, come into the stores and pick that up because it's usually only available during grand opening weekends. And the grand opening models do change from time to time and they are subject to availability, but I'm sure that Games Workshop will probably have a lot of these on hand, knowing that the store could be drawing people from out of state to kind of poke around and admire of what a Warhammer Cafe is and what makes it so different from either the Games Workshop stores or the Warhammer stores, depending on how it's branded in your neighborhood. So they're also going to have Forge World models available from the get-go at the Warhammer Citadel all year long, every day of the year that they're open. So this is a great place in North America to be able to actually pick them up in stock and not just order them and have them shipped into your local Games Workshop store. So that is kind of cool because sometimes you've got the itch for spending 3 times as much as you would on a plastic unit and you'd rather pick up a Forge World unit. And it is nice to not have to pay that crazy shipping and waiting and exchange rates and things like that. Let's dive into the Warhammer Expo, because if you've been around the hobby long enough, you're probably familiar with good old Games Day, and that's what I would have assumed that the Warhammer Expo would have been. And Games Day was an event intended to bring in people of all walks of life into the hobby, whether it was a friend getting dragged into the hobby, whether it was somebody who just got started and learned about Games Day and was headed to the convention from their friendly local game store or Games Workshop store. And it was definitely for veteran wargamers, where it housed the Golden Demon painting competition. It also housed a grand tournament for both Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40,000. Sometimes special events for the Specialist Games range, which used to be a thing, and now it's just pretty much the board games of Games Workshop. Glad to see that Necromunda is back in action. Can't wait for Battlefleet Gothic. Hey, waiting on Battlefleet Gothic here. I've still got the original rulebook. I don't have all my original models because some of those things became worth their weight in silver, and I did let some of those go at one point. But here's what the Warhammer Expo is all about. According to Games Workshop, on October 27th and 28th, this will not take place at the Warhammer Citadel in Texas, but it will take place near there. So it's going to be in the area, and it's going to be at a bigger venue, but that venue has not yet been announced. I'm sure they are waiting on contracts to be confirmed before they announce the location of this event. It will not be super secret like Mark Zuckerberg's hotel from the night before. Word is he stayed at a Holiday Inn Express the night before that. Anyways, a celebration of the world's greatest hobby that's designed especially for new hobbyists and those who wish to introduce their friends to the worlds of Warhammer. Crickets. Crickets. Oh, they mean it. They mean it all right. It's just for newbies and for friends who can bring a newbie. So drag somebody down there so you can attend? I'm not sure, because it's kind of interesting. Will they be giving things away? Will it just be a bunch of demo games? Will there be anything like groundbreaking, like news being released? Why would you release groundbreaking news to a mass herd of newbies? I don't know why you would do that. Nerf herding, I guess. But it's perfect if you're looking for an excuse to visit or just want to fit more hobby into your weekend. Attendees can look forward to painting tutorials. That's cool. Competitions, probably like kit bashing, things like that. That was popular at Games Days, where you got to chop up a bunch of sprues, glue things together kind of half-assedly, and then walk away with a bunch of bits for yourself. Gaming and more, in the first event of its kind hosted anywhere in the world, meaning that this is really the first catered to newbies event that Games Workshop has ever done. They've been more of a veteran-centric hobby company, game company, whatever you want to call them. They're a models company. Happens to make great rules that cause many arguments amongst friends. And require FAQs after dates of publishing and books that contradict each other, but they're such a great hobby in and of itself. Tickets are going to be free. Okay, but they're going to be limited, so you can't just swarm the place. Not sure how you can get them ahead of time to kind of ensure that if you're going to travel there from a long distance that you're not going to be hosed and turned away at the gates. Exclusive to new players or those that have earned a Masters of Recruits Citadel Crusader card. Well, I don't know what a Masters of Recruits card is. Comment below if you do. I assume it means that you've referred a bunch of friends to buy a bunch of starter boxes in the pyramid scheme the Games Workshop's going to bring about to get you into the Warhammer Expo. Slow that down. I was the Micro Machine guy for a second, but we're just going to try to wrap this up. We don't have to do a long video. It's already going to be about 10 minutes. Oh, Christ. You can earn your tickets at any local Warhammer or Games Workshop store in North America. Shame on you if you shop at your friendly local game store. Check in with your local store later this month for details. So probably should just check in next month, because chances are they're going to be probably late on that. So if you're a longtime Warhammer fan in North America and you want a good day to visit the Warhammer Citadel, join us for the grand opening, they say. Well, this Warhammer Expo is the first of many new events, and I think this means that they're going to branch out and bring back some more of the customer appreciation events, aka revenue generating, mass appeal, happening now, limited time offer events. It is cool that this is going to be a free event, because maybe somebody who's sitting on the fence that's walked into a Games Workshop store that hasn't bought a starter box, that's looking for a good excuse to find out, you know, is there peer pressure involved in this hobby? Because I'm going to need some peers to get pressured into it. I was the friend who dove head over heels into it, got dragged into it as a young teen. And my friend, who I think his mother drove us to the store and gave us $20 for lunch, we didn't get lunch. We spent $20 on models. And that's the way it was from that point on. So haven't had lunch money since I got into the hobby, 20 plus years ago. So anyways, comment below some more topics that you'd like to see. Are there any armies that you want to hear more about? Some more breaking news, some upcoming releases that you want me to dive into and talk about? Stay tuned to Budget Wargamer for more stuff. Sorry for all the sarcasm, not sorry. Have a great night.